Welcome, everyone. This is Marie again, and I am here today with two beautiful women that I know. And the first one is Pauline Woelky. She is our realtor in the Temecula Valley area. And she is also one of our finest women in real estate for the projects that we did and the reality show. And we did a lot of things together, and I'm so excited to have Pauline here. And then we also have our amazing Shelly Rufin, who is the college planning expert in the Temecula Valley. And I'm so excited that we have you on board today, Shelly, because our topic today is we're going to talk about education. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. So welcome. So how is everything going for you right now, Pauline? Since the market is, very different right now because of the quarantine order. What is going on with your business right now?
So with the business, it's been going good. Definitely different standards of practice right now with the whole COVID-19 of what we're expected to do to make sure that we're keeping safety from our clients and the buyers and sellers. So it's I've had a couple escrows have fallen out because of the epidemic or COVID-19 virus. But still, buyers are still out there. Sellers still
Okay.
need to sell their home, so it's still moving. Inventory is low, so that's an advantage for the sellers right now.
That's
And then
good.
managing being a mom and kids is always fun.
Yes. And you have, how many kids do you have?
I have three beautiful children.
Three beautiful. And how old are they?
My son is 13. And then I have two other daughters. One is 11 and 7.
11 and 7. So how are they doing with school? And I'm sure, are they doing online? What's the situation with the school?
Well, at first they're super excited not to be having school for the rest of the year. But as time has gone on, I think they are starting to miss it. So, but yes, they're doing online school from home and also doing Zoom classes with their teachers so they could see their friends and their teachers as well. So,
Okay. All right. Sounds good. And Shelly, since you are in charge of the college planning and all the kids right now are at home, how is that working for you?
What we're dealing with right now, especially with COVID-19, is many different things. First of all, the number one thing is financially, that a lot of the families have been laid off, businesses have closed, therefore affecting their income. So I am inundated with completing appeals for financial aid for universities. So families who previously were not eligible for financial aid, let's say grants and scholarships, are now receiving $20,000 to $25,000 in grants and scholarships.
Wow. Amazing.
So that's our first program, financial aid.
Okay.
And then the SATs, the kids who are stressed out like they are every year, uploading SAT, my SAT wasn't high enough, there's just all those issues. Now SATs are actually waived and suspended. So that's not even a consideration this year. So dealing with all of those frustrations. And then those families who are stressed out with student loans, because they've got all these student loans, they're finishing, my students are finishing their bachelor's degree, and they're like, how am I going to pay back all this money when I can't even get a job? So I'm working with them as far as waiving those fees. Instead of having a 6 months deferment or forbearance, they're getting an extended forbearance and no interest rate. There's just so many opportunities. We're in a sad time, but at the same time, there's a lot of advantages to all this that actually benefits a lot of these college families and college students, primarily juniors and seniors in high school.
I see. Okay. So, I wanted to stress out the word education because Pauline has her own real estate company. It's called United One Realty, and I believe you're educating all your real estate agents in there, right?
correct.
And with Shelly, educating a lot of the young kids right now in terms of getting grants and scholarship, and also even guiding them in terms of the what do you call this, the mentorship, right? You have that mentorship program.
College prep for
Yes.
8th grade up to 11th grade, and then college planning for seniors all the way through for bachelor's, master's, and PhD. Yes.
Okay. All right. So both of you are pretty much educating people in so many different ways. Now, for Pauline having 3 kids and running a company, you know, Shelly, how is that? How can you somehow collaborate with Pauline in terms of her situation? Because she's educating a lot of real estate agents that I'm sure they're connected to a lot of families, a lot of kids. How are you able to connect with her? And then knowing that she also has 3 kids, and then vice versa, Pauline, how are you able to work with Shelly, knowing that she has to be connected to a lot of young kids to help them with, you know, with their education? I'll start with you, Shelly.
Okay, so how I can help Pauline is if you know any families that have kids 8th grade on up to 11th grade, there's the college prep. The main thing right now for these 8th, 9th, 10th graders primarily is, I'm not kidding you, they are beyond stressed. Like the stress is just, it's not fun. So what I'm doing is when those families come to me, and I do have different packages for this, and they're super affordable, especially right now, is that I am actually mentoring the kids, helping them through this. And at the same time, believe it or not, it's helping the parents. It's the parents have all this stress. And when the parents have all this stress, where does that stress go to? It trickles down to who?
The children,
to the kids.
Of course. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
The kids, and the kids are feeling it. So, so what I'm able to do is I'm able to, totally forgot to turn off my phone. I am able to bridge the gap between students and parents to make for a minimum stressed home, to where the kids can focus on what they do and the parents can focus on what they do. And the goal is education, because you can't educate the kids, parents can't educate the kids if the kids are all stressed out. So that's where I come in and help with mentoring coaching program, like Marie said.
That's awesome. What about you, Pauline?
No, that's great. I have a lot of agents right now that are working their business, and most of us all have children from different ages. I have one agent that has 5 children, so, and is a senior this year, and unfortunately with everything that's going on, it's really tragic to, you know, that they don't get to do their graduation or have those, you know, their prom. And so I can, you know, working your business and trying to do all of those things, I can see how much of a benefit it would be to have somebody be able to take that stress off of you, so that you can focus on your job and you're spending the quality time that we have together, versus being completely stressed out and trying to figure out the future. And I'm guarantee, I'll be honest, I have no idea. My child's, you know, my oldest is 13, so he will be in 8th grade. I'll call you next year. But, yeah, I'm not, you know, that's something that I definitely don't, I'm not an expert in. I have no idea what to do for him when it comes that time. And so to be able to have a mentor and guide me through that would be fantastic.
So that is actually a good example, Pauline, to know that when you're a parent and, you know, they're going through their schooling and not thinking about what to do to prepare them for college, right?
Correct.
And as an owner of a company, United One Realty, how many agents do you have in that company right now?
I have about 14 to 15 agents right now.
Okay. All right. So imagine if your company provides some sort of an online education for the families that you're already connected, that they could be your prior clients or their current clients or potential clients, right? And you provide a good online educational information about their kids, raising their kids here in the Temecula Valley, and that they can also go to specific colleges or schools that you're familiar with, where you bring in Shelly as one of your speakers and let them, you know, understand the information that they need to know. And you are a real estate agent that, or a real estate broker that is connecting to all of these potential clients for your business also at the same time. And you're working together by giving them more educational information.
Oh, that, I mean, it's a great value to have.
Yeah. So
And
that's, go ahead.
in real estate, you know, right now, the biggest thing is being a concierge to your buyers and sellers, your clients, and also my, you know, agents as well. I want to provide everything I can to help them out. But that's a great benefit too, because there's a lot of people who move into this area that don't know, they're not familiar, they haven't grown up here, so it's a definite benefit for sure.
Okay. Sounds good, because I've seen Shelly in action, because she also was helping my son. And going through the process, I understood what it takes to, you know, to process the paperwork, to get all the requirements. It's a lot of work that, you know, someone with her credibility and her experience, you need to have that in order to know all of these things. So I'm saying that I think for everybody out there, especially for you in real estate industry, you are almost like the resource for a lot of things. You become the go-to for a lot of things. So if you can provide what Shelly's providing to the families, you need to be able to give them that access and let them know that this is what they need to know and it's available for them. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So definitely a benefit. So, and benefit to the agents. So I
Yes.
would love for you to connect with the agents and helping them navigate through
Exactly.
this time.
And then
And
in addition to that, Shelly is well connected. Shelly, can you share, Pauline, all the things that you do, your networking, all the organizations that you're involved?
right. Right now, what I'm doing in this online, so much online fun that we're having right now in COVID-19. I mean, isn't this a whole nother way to do business? But so what I'm doing now is, let's say, for example, Pauline, you get all of your clients that are available to do, let's say, an online college planning or college prep. Invite them into a Zoom, and then I come in and I educate all of them at no cost and answer questions and just bridge the gap with the stress that's going on, alleviating all of that, and just bringing everybody together to just educate everybody and just take some stress off of families, because everybody's quarantined. Everybody needs that.
That's
You
good.
know?
I can imagine, Shelly, where if the parents is or the parents are working, and then the kids are running around the house, they could probably set up something where you're talking to them and
Right.
giving them information, right? And you have an online course right now, am I right?
Yes, there's an online course, but with doing the Zoom calls like we're doing right now,
Okay.
everybody's a captive audience and everybody's in one location. So it's not like when all this is over, trying to get mom to come in from work, dad to come in from work, kids come in from school. Everybody's there right now. So this is like the time to do all of these Zoom trainings and online Zoom education content shows and just segments, is to educate these families now that they're all together, because after this all ends, it's going to be really hard to get
Yeah.
everybody.
Everybody's gonna go to the beach.
The kids are going to be off with their friends. They're going to be like, hi, had enough with you, mom and dad. And the mom and dad's going to be like, you guys are on your own. I'm going to have me a glass of wine or something.
And I can totally see how it is very important for the parents and the kids to be together with this call, because I had to deal with that. I had to make sure that, you know, the parents and my son are all communicating to make sure that, you know, we can process the paperwork. It's really, you know, and I didn't realize how difficult it is.
It's really difficult. And to answer your question, Marie, and is in regards to the networking and the different associations that I belong with. So as you know, I'm part of, and I'm the co-director of National Association Female Executives. We are, last time I checked, we're 8,000 women strong throughout the United States and overseas. So that's a huge network. It's that network is like, it's not like any other network that I've joined. It's beyond powerful what they accomplish in that group. It's amazing. And then that is locally here in Temecula, California. And then the other network is in Orange County, which is where my second office is at, is with the HeartLink sisters. And these are all sisterhood groups. And again, another huge network, but all these networks, including with Marie, with the Finest Women in Real Estate, all three of those are honestly referral networks. They refer a lot of their kids, young, 8th grade to 12th grade, and even they have some in college that are not getting the financial aid that that they want to get, and they would like to get more and not take out so much student loans. They refer a lot of their families to me. Okay. So those are powerful, and then of course, with, as Marie knows, of course, with the awards this last year, I am so glad. I mean, I shouldn't say I'm so glad to be in quarantine, but I kind of am. I have to be honest. It's like a breath of fresh air. Even though I am still working, I'm doing blogs. I'm writing like 4 articles today for the newspaper. So I'm super busy, but at the same time, it's nice to not run around in heels all day.
Okay. Well, Pauline, can you also share to everyone all the organizations that you are involved to?
Sure. So I'm a director for the Southwest Riverside Board of Director of Board of Southwest Riverside Realtor Association, and I'm also sit on the Young Professional Network that's part of the board, as well as a membership chair. And then I'm also on the advisory board for Hospice of the Valley here in Temecula, which right now they're still working, still going out and doing what they need to do to take care of families and so forth. So those are the 3, and also Finest Women as Real Estate as well, I'm part of. But those are the networks I'm with, and they have, it's interesting with this whole new way of working, and I think actually you kind of connect a little bit more with people because you're a little bit more available. You don't have to drive somewhere. You can schedule your appointments, and I agree with you. I do miss being able to be face to face with people, but I'm also learning new things. I've never done Zoom before, and I think moving forward, once this is all done, I think our business is going to be really changing in the real estate and education world. So I've been taking a lot of classes that I would have never taken because of the time constraints of driving around and having to take my kids to dance, or my son's sports practice, or and it's been giving me the opportunity to educate myself more, and that way I can educate my agents more. And as far as my children, when I have to be honest, when you first said that I was doing this class, I was like, okay. And then I saw the credentials over with her, and I was like, why would you want me to talk about education? I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, you're a powerhouse, Pauline. I know that. That's why, having your own company is not an easy thing. I mean, that takes a lot of knowledge, skills, and leadership in order to own a company. I've been there. I know what it takes to run a real estate company. So I totally admire your position and your leadership in the community. And yeah,
I'm completely blessed to be able to do what I love to do, and to be able to work with the agents that I have. We're a family, and I'm definitely grateful for what I have. So it's been great.
That's awesome. Now, do you guys, Shelly, do you have any questions for Pauline? Or Pauline, do you have any question for Shelly?
I do have a question for Pauline. So everybody has a story, Pauline. So how did you start out in real estate? What's your mini story?
So my mini story is I used to sell swimming pools, and so that was, I had sales background, and my husband at the time was a mortgage lender, and he just mentioned, like, you should definitely get your license. And prior to that, when I was a child, probably about 16 years old, my parents sold their house, and when they sold their house, I was very intrigued and interested in what the agent did. And anytime my parents were gone and I knew a showing was going to happen, I would literally run around and clean up the house. And we had roses in our front yard, and I cut roses from the yard and put them in a vase to make it look pretty. And so I feel like even at a young age, it was something that I've always wanted to do. So so I got my license in 2004, and still did the swimming pools up until the kind of the crash happened. And so when the crash happened, I moved full time into real estate. So in 2000.
Wow, that's awesome. What about you, Shelly? What's your mini story?
So my mini story is, first of all, this year is actually my 28th year in the business.
Wow.
So
That's a
yeah,
lot of years, girl. That's
it's a
awesome.
lot of years. And then prior to owning my own practice in college planning, college prep, I worked for colleges. So my last position in 2008, when I resigned my position, was a director of financial aid and scholarships.
Yeah.
So working with families, admissions, counseling, financially planning, all that. I learned a lot as going out to different high schools. I'd give presentations. Let's say at Chaparral High School, I used to give presentations there, Paloma Valley High School here in the Inland Empire. And after I gave that 45-minute presentation, I would have families wait for, even in Banning and Beaumont, I'd have families wait in the theater for anywhere from an hour or longer just to ask me questions. And then when they did ask me questions, the first thing they would say is, can we take you on our yacht? Can we steal you and take you away for a vacation so we can pick your brain and how to send our kids to Harvard and Yale? Well, first of all, that's bribery, so no. But it just, when that started happening when I worked at colleges, is that it sunk in that I'm phenomenal. I have a heart for education. I love education. It's in and out of my it runs through my veins. I love it. And so, and helping kids, more importantly, and families, helping kids, working with kids every day. I wouldn't want to do anything else. That's in my blood too.
It's your own blood.
Yes, it's in my blood. I love working with these kids. When I'm mentoring and coaching these kids, I have to tell the parents, can you wait outside? Because then the dynamics change. So I work one-on-one with these kids, and when they're done, when they come in, they're carrying all these bricks on their shoulders, all this stress. And then and they're all stressed out. Like I'll say, one of my students, I'll say, Colin, so, or not Colin, but another student, Skylar, I'll say, so what, what's going on? And he walks through the doors and he's like, oh, I don't know. It's so bad. And so when he comes in and I do mentoring, coaching, talk to him, when he leaves, just and ask him, so how are you doing now? And to see that sigh of relief on his face, and to know that I have made a difference, and that now that he can actually study and focus on school, like it's just indescribable.
That's amazing. But for Pauline, you're actually kind of doing the same thing, because you have 14 agents that you similar to what Shelly's doing in terms of, having that communication, one-on-one communication with your agents. How is that working for you?
So the biggest thing in practicing our business, when this whole came out, real estate wasn't part of the essential business. We weren't considered, but our NAR group, National Association of Realtors, advocated for us to be essential business, because really we are. People do need to sell their homes for, if they already bought a home, there's, so many circumstances. So once that made the change, we still had to go by certain guidelines with the whole new practice of social distancing. And it's a little bit hard to do that in real estate. So there's been a lot of calls and meetings. And so we also, utilize this platform Zoom to talk about what needs to be done along with our sellers, how we proceed with making sure that nobody touches anything in the homes when they're showing a house. They all have to wear masks and gloves. If the house isn't vacant, we want to make sure that every light is turned on, every door is open, so it eliminates any touching whatsoever. I try to at least have one, only, one person at a time in the home. So, and along with that, there's a bunch of forms that are new too. So it's, protecting the sellers and buyers that they're choosing to go out there and to still purchase homes. So it's definitely been challenging, and making sure that, we follow the correct guidelines, and now we're doing virtual open houses, not open houses that are normally taking place. And I think hopefully it's really educating everyone to maybe who weren't technology savvy, giving themselves an opportunity to learn that new trait, which is so helpful in real estate.
So both of you are pretty much creating new policies because of the change with the coronavirus. So, which is actually, I think it's good in some ways, because, you definitely wanted to protect your clients, and you want to make sure that you are doing the right thing, the proper protocol to make sure that everybody's protected. So I think that's amazing. Well, I really, really thank you both for being in this call. Again, my goal is to be able to let people know what you guys do and what you can offer them. And, it can also trigger for people to be inspired and to understand, what they can do for their future by having you guys as a resource for them. So I really, really appreciate both of you. I love you both. You know that. And I thank you for being here. Do you have any last comment before we sign off? I'll go ahead and start with you, Pauline, this time.
Yes, I do. I think this is a great call, because honestly, I didn't even know this existed. And I think it's a great benefit. At the Southwest Riverside Association of Realtors, we do have a scholarship program for our members, and they each get $1,000. And throughout the year, we do fundraising for this. And unfortunately, we aren't able to do as much fundraising as we had. But I think this is such a benefit that we can pass your information to them and help them navigate for these seniors. So I'm super excited to be able to get your information over to our association and be able to help out some families.
Yeah, that'll be amazing. Shelly, last thoughts.
So last thoughts is, again, Marie, thank you. As always, you're a mastermind and bringing everybody together, and just brilliant minds, and how we can all collaborate and just make a difference in our communities, which it's huge, because that's what we're ultimately supposed to be doing, right? Is changing
Yes,
lives
you're
and
welcome.
yeah, and do great things. So thank you for that, and thank you, Pauline. It's great to meet you, and I look forward to working and collaborating. And the senior that you mentioned, I look forward to getting a referral for that one, so I can see what I can do to help. And anything that I can do to be a resource. You could check out our blogs. You can set up free consultations with me right now. Today I'm writing articles, but normally I'm in the office working with families. So yeah, so this was a phenomenal way to just get to know each other and find out more about what we do and how we can help families in our
Okay.
community.
So if anybody wants to reach you, Pauline, how can they reach you?
Well, you can give me a call at 951-536-5550. You can also email me at pauline@united1realty.com. And or you can find me on Facebook, Pauline Woelky. And Marie, thank you. I do appreciate you connecting us all together. And it's nice to
Anytime.
see you. I don't think I've seen you in a few months, so at least I get to see you now.
Yes. And then Shelly, for you, how can they connect with you?
So how they can reach me is they can call in my main office in Temecula, which is 951-261-9799. And those lines, a lot of times, especially right now with COVID-19, are really busy. So they could also text me at 951-375-6125. I'm getting back to my text messages faster than anything. Or they can email me. I have 200 emails in my inbox right now, so it's going to take me a while to get through to those. But they can email me at Shelly, SHELLY, and it's Edfin, EDFIN, collegeplanningexperts.com. Or they can go on the website. The website, those come in and those get processed daily. So they can go on the website, edfincollegeplanningexperts.com.
Okay, that's awesome. And for you out there, thank you for tuning in. Definitely, you want to connect with Pauline Woelky and Shelly Rufin to help you with your life and your children's future. And my name again is Marie Wade. I am the founder and the CEO of Fire Up Connect, Finest Women in Real Estate, and I produce TV shows. You can see our show in Roku and YouTube, and I will have more TV shows coming out. So just stay tuned. But anyway, again, thank you so much for watching our show, and we will see you again. Thank you, ladies. I love you both.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Marie.
Okay,
All right.
bye-bye.
Bye bye.